Hello my friends, and welcome to our next camping adventure. Cheers to you folks. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how happy I am to get this week behind me. I got a story for you. Holy catfish. But I'm ready to get going to that campground, so let's get red fired up. We'll talk about all that when we get down to camp. So everybody out there, y'all buckle up, grab your beverage of choice. Let's get headed in that direction. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe. Hold on a second. Do-do-do. Let's go. Oh my goodness. All right, my friends, we made it down here. Got red situated, and here is our campsite for this evening. It's not too bad. It's got some size to it, but it's definitely low lying. It's a little damp in the back. I went and took a look. We got a little sign back here too. Hopefully the camera can make that out. Apparently they put up a barrier, usually because they had to. It says no camping or fire beyond this point. Well, not a problem. All right, my friends. Well, let me get a couple more things organized in red and we'll grab a seat. Heard something back in the woods. Foamed up on me. All right, my friends, let's grab that seat. I got a story to tell you. Cheers to you, my friends. Oh my gosh, I am so happy to be down here and get that week behind me. Holy catfish. But as I said, I've got a story to tell you, so oh my gosh. Earlier in the week, late in the afternoon, I was going out to get the mail out of the mailbox. Typical. And right when I get to about the bottom of my driveway, I see some movement in the corner of my eye. And I look up, to my horror. And, well, let me show you a picture of what I saw. Oh my gosh, my friends. I mean, I saw that joker and my anxiety went through the roof. Primarily because where it's located. I know that's kind of a close-up picture of it, but to give you an idea, right where the corner of my, I guess depends on where you're standing, back corner of my driveway meets the sidewalk. You go over about 5 or 6 feet, and then up in the air about 8 feet. This thing was right over the sidewalk. Holy catfish. I mean, I thought, once I noticed that, I was like, this choker's got to go. Oh my gosh, because it's a typical, and there's not been any incidents or anything, but it's just so, I mean, I've seen them in the wild before, but they're usually a lot higher up in a tree than this. But just the proximity of it to the sidewalk, I was like, no, that's just not good. So it's got to go. So there wasn't a whole lot I could do about it right then and there. So the next day, I made a couple of phone calls to some pest control places near me. One of them told me they don't even deal with that. Saying, nope, not us, buddy. But I did talk to another one and said, yeah, we could probably take care of that for you. And I said, okay, can you give me an approximate cost of what it's going to take to get rid of this joker? And after some conversation, we're looking about $300. I went, well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, and I'll get back to you. Then I hopped into Red and went up to Walmart and got a couple of cans of wasp and hornet killer. Like $300, I'll tackle this myself. I'm not looking forward to it, but we're going to give it a shot. So got that taken care of, or got my cans, and did a little bit of research, because according to the research, there could be a couple of hundred of these jokers up in there. I'm like, ooh. So again, my anxiety is a little high. But fortunately, where it was positioned, the main opening of the hornet's nest was facing toward the driveway. So I parked Red a little short in the driveway, because it was close to the driveway. And I could actually kind of tuck in behind him, and I had a nice line of sight right to it. So I had all that lined up, and then I said, well, let's wait till, at least till it gets dark. So it was starting to get dark, probably twilight or so, a little bit of light outside. And so I grabbed a can, and I went to town on it. Got it up in this little entry hole and just soaked it down, and there you go. And according to the directions, let it sit for about 24 hours, and we'll come back and see what's going on. So next day I was keeping an eye on it, and apparently one can wasn't good enough. I think what happened was I sprayed it too early, because there were still probably a bunch of stragglers out, because from what I learned, there could be up to 200 or more of these wasps in there, which I believe they were the bald-faced hornet. And I keep calling them wasps, but they're hornets. I lost my train of thought. Here, this will help. So I was keeping an eye on it the next day, and then that afternoon I was checking it again, and yep, there was still some activity around it. So I was like, great. So I said, well, I got 2 cans. We're going to go at it again. So I set an alarm, got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, I'm going to make sure they're all in there. And I hit it again. And I emptied the can, sprayed it up into their little entry hole, which is now a little bit wider since the previous day. I took out a little bit of the nest and just soaked it down completely. And then, but still, I mean, I'm worried about where this thing's placed. So again, my anxiety is still a little bit high. And next day went out and watched it, and didn't see any activity. I gave it a good 24 hours, didn't see anything. So then I got brave. All right, let's see if there's anything in there or not. So, I mean, as low as it was, I walked over to the base of it's a maple tree, that I could reach up and grab the branch that it was attached to. Not all that close to it, and believe me, I had to I had my door open in case on the house in case I needed to make a quick exit. But I hit the branch a couple of times, nothing. Reached up, just shook the dickens out of it, keeping a close eye on it, nothing. So I think, all right, we got it. So I went and got my little handheld battery-powered chainsaw, and then put the finishing touches on that joker. And here, let me show you that. That's how you do it. Oh my gosh, that thing is big. And there you go, my friends. Holy catfish. Oh, but I'll tell you what, I don't know if the camera could really tell or give you the indication how big that joker was, but it was somewhere between the size of what I would call a volleyball and a basketball. It had some size to it. Holy cow. But once it was all taken care of and done, it was like a weight just came up off my shoulders. I was so glad to get rid of that thing. I think my biggest concern was the proximity to the sidewalk and being directly over it. Holy catfish. To me, that was just a huge mishap waiting to happen. So we got it taken care of, thank goodness. So again, I'm glad to have that behind me. Oh my gosh. But it's pretty nice and peaceful out here at the campground today. And the temperatures aren't too bad at all. And I'm going to kind of treat myself for dinner tonight. It's a job well done. So we're going to make some smothered pork chops. Oh my gosh, I am looking forward to that. So my friends, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate y'all hanging in there. So here's to you. We probably got a little bit, we definitely have a little bit before dinner time. So I'm just going to kick back and unwind and enjoy some peace and quiet out here. So everybody out there, again, appreciate y'all coming along. And, well, we'll catch up about dinner time. All right, my friends, let's get these pork chops a cooking. Right now I got about a tablespoon or so of olive oil in here we're going to start warming up. And let's get our chops ready. So we're just going to hit them with some salt and pepper. Whoa, easy does it. All right, we got that taken care of. Whoops, almost. There we go. And this I just have some all-purpose flour in. And you can put flour on your chops if you want to or not. I mean, they'll still cook up pretty good. I just prefer to do it this way. Shake off the excess. And it's sizzling a little bit. It's ready a little bit warmer, but I think it'll get there. Or a little bit of a slant so you get some of that oil here on the other side. There we go. Oh, they just fit. Perfect. All right, my friends, I'll get these going, and then when we get back, we'll be ready to take them out and get we're going to saute some onions and make some gravy for our smothered pork chops. So we'll be right back. All right, my friends, our chops are ready to come out of there for right now. I want to add just a little bit more oil. And now we're going to throw some butter in there. Probably a couple tablespoons. And what I have here, I went ahead while the pork chops were cooking, and I cut up about a medium-sized sweet onion. We're going to throw that in there. Grab my lid. And we're going to let them simmer for a few minutes, get nice and soft, and we'll get that gravy going. Oh, I thought I lost the lid. All right, our onions are ready. So let's get working on this gravy portion. So we need a couple cups of water. There we go. Cheers. And I brought a pack of Pioneer pork gravy. Thought that was fitting. There we go. There we are. Now we're going to throw our chops back in there. Oops, don't drop it. They just fit. And all that juice right back in there. All right. All right, I'm gonna keep an eye on this and bring it up to a nice good simmer, and then we're gonna make some mashed potatoes. Appreciate you hanging in there, my friends. Oh, I'm gonna need that pan. All right, my friends, time to get our chops a flip. And that's coming along pretty nicely. Out there. Now, what I have here, I just brought some instant mashed potatoes, and I'm just following the directions for 2 servings, which is basically water, milk, and some butter and some salt. So I've got the pan already, so we just got to start heating that up, because these are just about done. And I'm not going to bring it up to a boil. I'm just going to get it to where it's hot, and then we'll mix everything up. And we're getting really close, my friends. Oh my gosh, this smells amazing. Yeah, it's thickening up nicely. All right, my friends, just turn the heat off on everything. So all we got to do now is get these mashed potatoes going, and then we can plate up. Oh my goodness. Let me get this done, my friends, and we'll get the plate over here, and I'll see you at the dinner table. Cheers to you, my friends. Let's eat. Ah, well, let's see how we did. Oh my gosh, it smells great. Now these are the bone-in chops. I don't remember which side the bone's on. See if we can get a piece off here. There we go. I've let it cool here for a couple minutes. It was pretty hot when it came out of the pan. It's kind of a big bite, but I'm hungry. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. The pork is just perfect. Let's see how these mashed potatoes and pork gravy turn out. Oh, that's definitely a winner. Oh my gosh. Oh. And actually the humidity is actually starting to rise, oddly enough. But it's supposed to get down in below 70 tonight, so might have just been because I was standing over a stove too. So it just might be me. But oh my gosh, this pork chop came out so good. And it's still nice and juicy. And you know, I checked it with the, whoops. I checked it with my little meat probe and we got up over 165, so we are good to go. So, well, before I take this huge bite, my friends, appreciate y'all hanging in there. And I'm gonna eat dinner and then, we'll get a campfire going here directly. Oh my gosh, this is some good stuff, my friends. Holy catfish. All right, my friends, that was a fantastic dinner. So let's get our campfire going and I'll tackle that mess. It appears as though, well, definitely somebody left some stuff behind. I pulled that out of the campfire. Shoot, that's half a tree. Right there. There we go. Oh my word. We've had some traffic go by here and there, but other than that, it's been pretty peaceful out here tonight. Got a little much. That's all right. Once again, I forgot the lighter. Holy catfish. I need to start carrying a spare in my box. There we go. Oop, don't put it out. There we are. You're ready to go. All right, my friends. Well, I'm going to get our dinner mess cleaned up and tend to our fire, and then we'll grab a seat and just relax for the rest of the evening. Oh my goodness. Cheers to you, my friends. Oh, mess is all taken care of. And we're losing daylight fast. Oh, there's a bat. Oh my goodness. That took me by surprise. But as I said, our days are definitely getting shorter. Oh my gosh. That means fall is getting really close. So I'm looking forward to that. I would prefer temperatures that averaged in the low 70s versus the mid 80s, personally. Oh my gosh. Oh, but that dinner came out great. Uh, I couldn't even get into that second chop, so we got that joker stored up in the cooler. So I'll revisit that for lunch tomorrow. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I've made that a number of times before, and usually, sometimes, honestly, the pork chop might come out a little dry, but apparently we just hit it on all cylinders because it was nice and tender and juicy. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. I go on. I'm sorry. It's probably because I'm just so excited to get that chore done last week. Holy cow. So I don't have anything like that on my mind, so we can just come out here and detach and spend a night out here. Well, we're close to nature, but earlier in the week I was a little bit closer to nature than I wanted to be. Oh my goodness. But anyway, my friends, this has just been a really nice day all the way around. Temperatures are pretty decent. We got a nice cool night to look forward to, and a nice little campfire just to relax by, well, for the rest of the evening, or at least till the night fully takes hold. Oh, there goes that bat again. Holy catfish. Those jokers are quick. But my friends, here's to you. Appreciate y'all coming along on this little camping adventure. It's just what we needed. So everybody out there, y'all take care. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, campers. Cheers to you, my friends. Oh, we're dangerously close to the bottom of the cup now. That's all right. Usually, once I get it red all packed up and head back to the city, I always make a stop and get another cup of coffee for the way home. This is just this morning coffee. It's to tide me over. I'll be honest. Oh my goodness! But it's a pretty nice morning. It's really overcast though, so I wasn't expecting that, but I'm not complaining. Oh, and yesterday, oh my gosh, yesterday we had a great dinner last night. Oh my gosh, that was pretty good. And oh, long story short, we had dinner and a show. As I was relaxing here by the campfire, about half a dozen bats just came out here, and they're practically right above the campsite. And I tried to get some of that with, I pulled out my cell phone and tried to film some of that, so hopefully that came out for everybody. But that was pretty neat. I just sat here and enjoyed watching those jokers they can turn on a dime, let me tell you. It's pretty amazing to watch those things fly around. Oh my gosh, but in all it was pretty entertaining. Well, my friends, I just have a few more minutes and then I'll finish packing up Red, because we're just about out of coffee. So I just want to tell everybody out there how much I appreciate y'all coming along on my little camping adventures. I truly do. This was a nice one. We seriously got to put some stuff behind us this week, and I'm pretty happy about it. So everybody out there, again, appreciate y'all coming along. Y'all take care, and as always, I'll see you soon.